Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Mike Tyson is a Trump supporter. Nothing new. He's said it many, many times. But recently, Mike was asked on Fox News. You know, anytime a black person goes on Fox News, you got to, what the hell you finna say, But he went on there and he talked about his love and support and admiration for Donald Trump and how much Donald Trump helped him in his boxing career when he was a young fighter. Check him out, man, and I'll come back with my commentary.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for that. I'm really grateful for that. But listen, my whole experience with President Trump is that he's just a genuine, real person. If he got your back, he's with you 100%.
Yeah, he's a loyal guy. That's
sure. My experience with him. That's my experience with him. Yeah, that's why I'm for him 100% because he's never been nothing but for me.
He's one of the most loyal guys you'll ever meet.
He's one of the most loyal guys you'll ever meet. How many times have Trump thrown people that he know under the bus, people that he was friends with under the bus, including his own lawyer? Especially that first term, boy, he was throwing them under the bus left and right. He even talked about killing Dick Cheney, right? If I recall correctly, he mentioned killing Dick Cheney and killing other people that he knew. Yeah. Okay. So Mike, great boxer, great fighter. One of those dudes, if you're from the hood, you automatically gravitate to because of his struggle, how easily, how he come from the streets and rose to prominence, took his talent and made the best of it. That's worthy of praising, right? That's respect. But this idea of rocking with Trump just because he rocked with you and gave you some money, no matter what kind of person he is, you still rocking with him just because he gave you some money. And keep in mind, he didn't do you any favors. He gave you that money because you were bankable. Mike sometimes talk about Donald Trump like Donald Trump would have liked him had he not been able to get something out of him. Donald Trump is a transactional president. He's a transactional person. Everybody in his life that have access to him is somebody who can serve him in some type of way. So it's not like he's doing Mike Tyson any favors. He promoted Mike Tyson's fights because Mike was bankable. Mike said that Donald Trump had promoted like 17 of his fights. So he knows the guy really well. He's taken pictures with him and hung out with him, been to his house and all of this kind of stuff. And, and he knows his family, he knows his kids well. So they're really, really cool. They go way back. You hear people talk about how Donald Trump is hated by so many black celebrities, not today, but before he ran for president, he wasn't hated by black celebrities then. What changed? What changed is Donald Trump's politics, his rhetoric. That's what changed. See, before Donald Trump started running for president, before he got a deal, an offer that he couldn't refuse, he was pretty much that dude that had a bunch of money and had access, and he was cool because you didn't really understand his politics. Nobody really knew his politics, even though we found out later that, this dude really was a racist all the while because, he got in a jam over housing discriminating when he didn't want to let black people rent in one of his apartment buildings. We know that he went out of his way to demand for the execution of the Central Park Five. And even when those boys were became men after they got locked up, and they was dragged through the system, humiliated, disrespected, and harmed in the military, and some of them got harmed while in prison. Even though they went through all of that, had their lives stripped away from them, when it turned out that the guy who really did it was the culprit, Trump, instead of him saying, you know, wait, man, I had it wrong, I'm sorry, you know, I had it wrong. When these guys got exonerated, Trump doubled down and didn't say anything. Well, he was like, hey, he refused to apologize, even though he went out of his way to take out a full-page ad in a New York newspaper demanding that these guys be executed. So you telling me that when's the last time he took out a full-page ad demanding that some white dude who raped some white woman be executed? When's the last time he done that? I'll wait. When's the last time he took out a full-page ad demanding that a white guy be executed for anything? I'll wait. You can't think of anything. Donald Trump is a flat-out racist. Some people think because white folks will take pictures with black people or do business with them that they're not racist. Remember, they did business with black people for a long time and they were racist. They didn't get black people, they didn't get paid. But they've never had a problem doing business with black people. You got white people to this day right now who will, lay up in bed with black people and hit the floor and walk out that door and practice racism like it ain't nothing. In fact, some of them are so bold and they got their significant other so meek that they can practice racism right under their own roof. They got them so messed up in the head. They got that Stockholm syndrome. They got them so messed up in the head, they can be on the phones and saying all kind of racist stuff. Hell, they'll lay up in the bed and say something racist. And it just, roll right off of their significant other, So just because you hang out with black people, just because you do business with black people, that don't mean you're not racist. One thing that America likes is money. So if money and sex, just because you have sex with a black person don't mean you're not racist. Yeah. Remember, those slave owners, they was fucking everything. Women, little girls, boys and men. Yeah. So that don't mean nothing. Mike, I can't respect that, man. I can't respect that somebody who say, because he look out for me, he all right. He's all right. Because he looks out for me. There's a lot of people like that, As long as they're good, as long as a person treats them right, they don't care how a person treats other people. They don't care what type of person somebody is, as long as they treat them right. Look at Trump with his black girlfriend at the time. You can't get him to put a black woman on his shoulder now because he done sold out to MAGA. MAGA came to him with a deal he couldn't refuse. And he kind of caught up between it because he do have relationships with a lot of black people, but these relationships have always been transactional. Him and Mike, as you can see, go way back. You can look at Mike and tell some of these pictures of Mike when he was in his 20s. Look like, actually, some of these pictures look like when he was a teenager, 19. So all of this stuff about what Trump did for him and how he promoted his fights and talking about, man, if Trump, he he's loyal and he sticks with you. You know, Trump is a lot of things, but one thing he's not is loyal, not to people. He might be loyal to money. He may be loyal to a deal, but he ain't loyal to people. We've seen him throw people under the bus time and time and time again. He's not loyal. Okay, Mike, okay, he's loyal to you. Now what? What about how he treats other people? That don't mean nothing, you know? That don't mean nothing. I know Mike and Tupac were tight. I know Tupac wasn't that type of dude. You know, Tupac cared about how somebody treated other people. He cared about the little man, the little guy. I thought Mike did too. See, because I can't see Mike. I never thought of Mike as being the type of guy who was selfish. Mike always came across to me as the type of guy who would give his last, you know, to somebody in need. He always came across to me as that type of guy, you know. I think Mike Tyson might be the type of guy who, if he rock with you, he rock with you all the way. He's loyal to a fault. I think Mike Tyson is the type of guy who's loyal to a fault. And that's why he's still loyal to Donald Trump. He's loyal to a fault. Say, man, I can rock with you. We cool. You know, you did this for me and I appreciate it. I love you for it. But what you're doing right now and how you are today, say, man, that ain't the dude I rock with. And I don't want nothing from you. And I don't want you nowhere around me. I ain't got nothing for you. I don't want you. I don't want nothing from you. And I ain't got nothing to give you. I don't want you nowhere around me. All of that, what somebody did for me, all that's cool. But what about what they did for other people, or what they didn't do for other people, or what they did to other people? This dude right now, Donald Trump, is on, he's right now is on the hook for violating babies, man. Is he listening to all this stuff that's going on right now about Donald Trump? All of these accusations, all of this Epstein stuff where his name appears thousands and thousands and thousands of times in the files of a pedophile, Fed records. Does that mean anything? It's got to count for something. It's got to count for something. Hey, man, we was cool. You know what? Yeah, all that was cool. But now, who you are today, even before the Epstein files was released, if I was cool with him back then, and I saw how he was from the time that Barack Obama looked like he might win, once I started seeing that person, I was, oh, that's him. That's the real him right there. Oh, okay. So we can be mayors, we can be senators and Congress members, and we can be city council members, and we can even be senators and did I say senators? But we can be senators, we can be governors. But where we stop at, where we pump the brakes at, is having a Black person be the leader of the country. And that's where a lot of white folks got off of the train, got off of the harmony train. They got off that train when it looked like the Black guy was going to become the commander-in-chief. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.